Vanessa Zamora here. We're at Video Marketing Expo, and joining me now is Ingrid Vanderveldt of On the Road with IV. You're the host over there.
Yes, yes. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you. Thank you for having us.
A little bit of energy in the space right now.
We're trying to keep up with Vanessa. That is the
Yes, that's what it is. Just give us a quick rundown about what projects do you have in the works right now?
Yeah. So where I spend the majority of my time, I actually was just hired and took a role as the Chief Synergy Officer for an energy company of all things. And the reason I chose to do that is because I wanted to be involved with a company that would ramp me up towards my becoming a billionaire goal faster than I was on my own track. And I'm being very serious about this. I laugh, but I'm being very serious. So I took that role, and it's an amazing company. And then I have a venture firm. Excuse me. So I help a lot of entrepreneurs start and run their businesses, but I only have so much time to do that. So I actually took my portfolio companies and put it into a venture firm, and I have somebody that runs the venture firm. So I help them on strategy. And then when I think about like how do I even know what to teach them and what to do? I mean, I've been a CEO for many, many years, but you know, we learn our stuff every day, and I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. And the way that I find out my information is I do what you're doing, and I go out and interview some of the world's top thinkers, the entrepreneurs and CEOs, and I put them in On the Road with IV. And then we're looking to do another TV show too. And we basically collect their information and we share that with the world so that we can empower all kinds of people like us to go out and just do big things in the world and be successful at it.
So you have met with obviously some phenomenal people out there, entrepreneurs from every line of work. What's one of the greatest things that you've picked up along the way?
Actually, a question that I do get asked a lot, and I'm really glad when people do ask me because it's awesome. It's like what people say, what are the most common traits that you have seen amongst the most successful entrepreneurs that I've ever interviewed? And it's really, really a simple thing. It comes down to two things. It's number one, they do what they're passionate about, and number two, they do what they're persistent about. Because like you name the most successful entrepreneur in the world, and 99.9% of them will have had some miserable life failure, business failure, like you name it, that would have probably stopped most people in their tracks. But they go towards their goal knowing, you know, they're doing what they're passionate about, and they're like, we're going to stick with this. We're going to bust through walls and make this happen. And when you're around people like that, you're like, okay, all right, so that deal I did yesterday did not work out. It was very costly to me, but you know what? Let's pick ourselves up and go out and do it again tomorrow because we're going to make this thing happen. So that's what I love about interviewing all these people, and that is like the nugget of information that I continue to carry with me in everything I do.
Excellent. So prior to On the Road with IV, you were on CNBC, correct?
Yeah.
Did the show American Made, right? And then you decided to shift over and do your own thing. Now, part of that with doing your own thing is that you bear the brunt of the financial responsibility. So how has that changed things for you?
Well, and a great question, and thank you, because when I actually did the show for CNBC, I ran the production company that they hired me to host it, to produce it and host it, and they hired my company to actually do the show. We ended up losing a lot of money on that show, and that's actually why I didn't continue with the show, because we just couldn't afford to do it. So what that lesson taught me was, A, the power of media is extraordinary. When the show's running, we have 1 million people that'll come and hit any of the sites that I'm involved with. It's great for business, it's great for exposure, and I love doing it. But B, it really taught me to come back and go, wait a minute, I really need to focus on the financial basics of what makes a business work. Whether you're in a technology business, a production business, whatever it is, let's focus on the basics and make sure that the math of all of this works before we go and jump into a big project like producing a primetime series and losing gobs of money. So everything we do now, we're just very focused on how much does it cost? What do we think our margins are going to be? How can we maximize that while still adding value across the board? So we learned a lot. I really do appreciate, as you know, the opportunity to be a voice to a lot of people. It's just a real opportunity that we're really fortunate to have, and I feel very blessed to be able to carry a strong, positive message out that empowers people.
Some would say we're crazy.
Yeah, we are. Why would you do that to yourself?
So right quick before we go, though, I know that you obviously get great insight from these entrepreneurs that you meet day in and day out. What other resources could you advise us to look at?
Let's see. Okay, so as far as resources, there are a lot of them. So for people starting out, actually, if you go to ingridvanderveldt.com, There you go. Nice
plug.
Shameless plug. We can steer you in the direction of a lot of available resources that are out there. But if you're looking for money, if you go to strategiesforsmallbusiness.com, they actually are one of the largest lenders to new entrepreneurs out there, and they work very, very fast. So that's a great resource. There's the Club Entrepreneur Network. There's something called clubefactory.com. Clubefactory.com has tons of resources for entrepreneurs. Yeah, I'm like, okay, how much do you want? Yeah, I'll steer you in the right direction. So yes. So even going to clubefactory.com, I mean, that's going to give you a lot of what people need to be successful in their own venture. So yeah.
All right. Well, Ingrid, thanks so much for your time. This is Ingrid Vanderveldt from On the Road with Ivy. Thanks for joining.